Hello guys, here's an EMPCO Metalware Corporation B-43. She's in pretty decent shape, I would say. I have it on our Lazy Susan so we can turn her around. So here's the front. You can see we have some paint problems. Not unusual for such an old engine. We have the round fittings. A little perch and a brass standoff for the oscillator. We have the round whistle top with the original whistle topper. And there's the back. I would say the nickel is in pretty decent shape, all things considered. Not perfect, but still a little bit shiny. Let's go ahead and plug her in. This little guy gave me some problems trying to get it running. The oscillator screw and washers and spring was all not right. And I'm actually not really convinced that the oscillator piston is correct. It's more one that would be on a oscillator reverse lever, right? With these open spaces here. I would expect that this would be a solid piece of brass going across, but that's not what's on it. I don't know if it was repaired before, swapped out with parts, was a Monday engine and went out with an odd piston. I don't know. The screw at the top was also bent. I replaced it. This is what I took out. You can see that little pin, right? So that pin goes through this hole of the screw and it keeps it from coming out, right? It's a little wavy and bent. I mean, maybe you can see it. I mean, it's just weird. And also, it would not regulate the steam worth a darn. I mean, it just really had no different speeds and would not shut off. So there was a whole bunch of reasons for me to replace the this brass screw. But the problem was, well, I had to drill some very small screw holes with my little palm drill that you just work with your hand like this, and then dig that thing out of there. And then I don't have a way to put a hole into a new screw, so I use JB Weld up inside there. Eventually I will paint it because that's my patch. But now the screw's not bent, and I made a very good point at the end of it, and it seals now. And I actually have regulation of steam. As we can hear, the steam is building up and coming out of the smokestack. So let's see if we can get her to run. There we go. It took me all manner of adjustments in finding the right size spring, the right tension, and I could not actually screw the screw all the way down into the piston. And so what I ended up doing was using some Loctite to keep the screw in place so it would oscillate the screw and the piston and not the piston oscillating on the threads. Hopefully it will hold up. I'm probably going to have to keep an eye on it. Whistle sounds great. And you can see that I can actually slow it down. and I can turn it off. I was not able to do that before. At all. There we go. I have the piston in the right place and a good amount of steam. She'll start right up. I think I'm pretty close to, probably high 80s speed. I mean, it's pretty good. I'm tired of fiddling with it. Maybe I'll repaint it. I think I'll definitely repaint the Gumdrop regulator knob for the throttle over here. That little gray thing there looks pretty nasty. I also added about a 1/4 or so inch to the brass screws so it would be a little bit longer. Also replaced the sight seals. This one is kind of like the old Empires of, well, they're all old, I guess, but the B-31 with the larger round fittings to where the sight glass slides into the fitting itself and doesn't float like on the later models that get into the 50s and 60s. Alright guys, thanks for watching.